And now back to our next segment. I just spotted Ward Urian at Interlake High School. Ward, in addition to all the great work LifeWire does to support survivors, your team is working to end domestic violence in the future. How do you do that?
Trey, we engage students as well as their educators, coaches, and athletic directors in raising awareness about the skills necessary to support healthy relationships that everybody wants, but oftentimes very few folks know how to get, right? And so what we do is raise awareness about the skills necessary to support those healthy relationships. And then we also raise, along with that, awareness around how to help a friend who might be in need, struggling with relationship violence. And then we also really try to celebrate and inform leadership, especially among student leaders, particularly like student athletes and other leaders on campus, to bring them into a position where they can actually influence the norms on that campus by being effective, empowered bystanders that can intervene and interrupt harm when it's occurring, and more importantly, to interrupt the attitudes and beliefs that support violent and harmful behaviors in the first place. And so we work with the student athletes and with their educators and coaches to raise that leadership and celebrate it and raise it visually within the school campus so that students get a new sense of what's cool as it not being oppressive or violent or marginalizing to other folks. So bringing people into the fold, including people, celebrating equity, those are ways that we can really raise a new norm among that school campus and see results in dropped bullying rates, in dropping relationship violence rates, as well as just overall better academic performance by students that would typically be facing the winds of oppression and marginalization within that school community.
That is an inspiring story. As a former student athlete myself, I am very pleased to hear that this type of messaging is reaching students. How can you tell that you're making a difference, though? What signs or KPIs are you looking for?
We have national studies to show that when this kind of programming is uh, done year over year and has a longitudinal impact, we see dramatic drops in bullying rates and relationship violence rates, as well as what I said before, the increased improvement in academic performance. And then we also have our own anecdotal stories from local schools and school communities that we've worked with where they have shown increased performance at the team level, which we don't promise, but which they have shown us, and which also shows increased well-being reporting from student bodies. So in both the climate surveys that are done, as well as in the statistics that the local schools keep, drops in bullying and relationship violence are demonstrated anecdotally from the reports that coaches and educators provide us.
That's great. And in such a world with a lot of dark stories, that is a wonderful light to listen to. Thank you very much, Ward, for your time. And now on to the rest of our regularly scheduled program.